hosting you and Christine. So you're welcome anytime. So PPP, I'm sure many of you are familiar that that's set to roll out here soon. And you know, when I was approached for this opportunity, I thought, you know, I could either spend some time telling everyone a little bit about Home Street Bank, which I enjoy doing, but I think with the timing of everything right now, it would be beneficial for everyone just to maybe get a few pointers or a few pieces of knowledge about, you know, what to expect this round as we come on to the day. So I'll spend just a few minutes doing that. And again, this will be a very high level overview because I'm considerate of the time I have here. So I guess first and foremost, what we know now is the program will officially launch on Tuesday, the 19th. So next week, next Tuesday. And the format, you know, by all accounts, it's going to be smoother. At least that's the hope. And by that I mean a lot of banks, a lot in the financial industry have moved to online applications. So customers can simply contact their provider, their financial provider, and it's likely that through online banking or through some automated process, they'll be able to launch or initiate applying for the payment protection. I'm going to throw this disclaimer out a lot as I'm talking here that certainly check with your financial provider on that. That may not be true for everyone, but that is definitely a trend. You know, it helps with so many things, you know, accuracy, speed, getting it from start to finish. So, you know, certainly one thing we learned versus the manual process of accepting everything. The number this go around, I believe I saw, is about $285 billion. So that's what the fund is allocating toward the payment protection. So that will go from the 19th to March 31st. So I'm sure just like the last round, it will be available until that fund is gone, used up, or until the deadline hits. So it's, you know, it'll be pretty critical to take advantage of it for those that want to take advantage of it. Certainly get in quickly. I know with our bank, there's been a lot of interest, lots of interest over the last week, lots of calls, lots of emails about how to take advantage of the program. And I would imagine that that's a trend industry-wide. So, so yeah, if you haven't done so, look into that. You know, finally, I guess I would just say about payment protection is make sure that your contact information is up to date with your financial institution. You know, I know that sounds like an obvious piece of advice, but a lot of these systems are utilizing email as a primary way of communicating with customers. So many institutions are going to have the capability to take emails used from the last round of payment protection and reach out to the customers that applied for that, and just kind of give them a heads up saying, hey, the portal will be opening here. If you haven't already applied, here's how to do that. Of course, the challenge comes in if, you know, there's an outdated email or something's changed between last time and this time. So just be aware of that. Maybe start looking into that if you haven't done that already. But aside from that, you know, it's from what I understand, they're going to allow folks who applied last time and got payment protection to apply again, even if they haven't been forgiven. You know, so that's a huge piece of information. So if you are still in that forgiveness process and either haven't started it or haven't been forgiven yet, it's my understanding that many financial institutions are going to go ahead and allow you to submit this time, regardless of that. So, you know, I know that was a big question on many people's minds, is they're maybe still in that process of being forgiven for the last round of PPP, or even maybe the one before that. So, you know, I think those are the big things. Of course, we could spend a lot of time. I'm just looking at my time here. It might be up. In fact, it is. So I won't continue, but I would say those are, oh, there it goes. There's the alarm there. Those are the high level things, and those are the things I think that are the what people should know about this round. And of course, I'm happy to answer any questions if anyone has any. I will throw out the disclaimer that if it's tax related, or if it's anything that is a specific question, I'll refer you to a CPA, or even to the SBA program itself, just to be sure that you're getting the best information there. But I can certainly answer those questions that might be generally geared toward SBA, our role in the process of initiating the PPP program. So Christopher, with that, well, sorry, go ahead, Christopher.
I was going to say, absolutely, Matthew. Thank you so much for that high level, and thank you for your conscientiousness regarding time. I do have a couple of high level questions that I think are appropriate for you as well. I did hear, again, you know how rumors happen. I did hear that some banks are only serving their clients. Is that true for Home Street Bank?
Yes. Yeah. Good question, Christopher. Yes. So for Home Street Bank, that's true. And again, I'll throw out there, check with your provider, your financial provider. In the last experience, I found that was pretty consistent. Most institutions required some sort of primary relationship to submit an application. There's a lot of reasons for that, but yeah, I would say generally speaking, it's safe to assume that.
Great, thank you. And also, the rumor mill told me something about the EIDL loans being a component of the second round of PPP.
On that, Home Street, I'm not sure what Home Street Bank's going to do with that piece, so I can only speak for our bank. I know that was a component of the last payment protection round, but all the discussion thus far has been surrounding just the PPP program itself, so the major program. I'm sure we'll learn more between now and the 19th, but I am not privy to the EIDL playing a role in this round, not yet at least. So I'm happy to follow up with this group, though, as I learn more about that come launch date.
Fantastic, Matthew. Does anybody else have any questions for Matthew regarding this next round of PPP? Looks like Matthew gave.
Matthew, do you have any statistics or a sense of how many PPP loans your bank has provided, or like an average of the loan amount, or just kind of any data like that?
Yeah. And Anastasia, forgive me, I don't have it in front of me, but I've seen it.
Yeah.
So
I won't hold you to that quote. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But from if my memory serves me right, but in the last round, we processed thousands of applications and granted forgiveness, which for a bank of our size, that it was a pretty significant percentage for our size of a bank. And I want to say that the average loan size was between $30,000 to $50,000 in relief. Of course, there were some outliers in there, and there were some for more than that and some for less than that. But I want to say it hovered somewhere right around the $50,000 mark.
Fantastic. Any other questions for Matthew? All right. Well, again, Matthew, I know you were so conscientious, and normally the host gets to talk a little bit more about their business and tell about their role in the community. And Matthew graciously focused on serving our community with PPP information. So I'll just say, to highlight what Matthew said there, again, they're a small bank. They're not a large organization. The feel we got from Home Street Bank was very family oriented, very relationship based. So if you don't already have a primary relationship,